time ago. My grandmother, who is now almost over 90 years old, once told me about this story, and I keep on meditating on myself. What could have happened to her? Where could I be? Where my parents could I be? Where my uncles could have been? And where my nephews, my cousins could have been, if that one could have happened that time. Okay? This is what happened to my grandmother in some years back, around 1960s, 1970s, when internet was not there, technology was not there in Africa. As a firstborn, my grandmother grew up without going to school. The school that we used to go was about the community gatherings. They've been told on how to treat a man. They've been told on how to cook. They've been told on how to have manners to their husbands. Okay? So, my grandmother one day, she was told to go and herd some cattle that was belonging to her father. That's my great grandfather for now. So, early in the morning, she woke up. They took all the cows to the milking areas. They milked all the cows. They cooked tea, and she carried some tea with her towards the grazing zone that she used to go to graze animals, cows, goats, sheep, and much more. Okay, so as she went, this is what happened to her. She found herself sitting on a snake, the python. My grandmother sat on a python without knowing. Okay, so as a normal routine, she walked away from the home. She went grazing. She found the beautiful areas with much of the grass. She took all the cows over there, and she made sure that they have eaten to their pool. During around midday or 2 p.m., there when she wanted to take her lunch, because as a normal routine, you can't go take cows over there without a meal for the lunchtime. You could just fall down and because of hungry. Okay, so she found a place to sit, and the best place that she found to sit, on her mind she thought that was a block of tree that had been covered by the ant. You don't know how the ants normally do. They cover a tree with the mud, okay, with the soil. So once you see it, you just see like this is just a soil. Okay, so she saw a particular log that was alongside where she was standing, and her mind told her that, can you just sit down here, enjoy your meal, wash your hands, take some water to drink, and then you continue with your normal duties of herding the cows. Okay, so she sat down and she ate all of the dish that she was having, and after that there was a conscience in herself that was telling her that there is something not normal in the area. The instincts were telling her that there is something not normal in where she was sitting. She could just feel like scratches, something like going east, west, east, swinging slowly, but she just ignored. She ate all of the meal that she was having. She drank water and she washed her face because it was very hot. She washed her face to cool the body. Okay, and she sat down again. She could just feel like the ants falling down. She ignored. Then after some minutes, she looked on her right hand side and she saw a big eye trying to blink. All of the snake was covered by the ant that normally does. It covers a place with the soil, so you can't notice what is happening inside. But once you scratch that soil, you find the ants inside, walking, such kind of an issue. So on turning on her left side, she saw an eye trying to blink, and it was having something like tears. Now it's when she decided she came back to herself that this is a snake, because it had swallowed an antelope. This antelope was a male antelope. The snake, the python that was there, I think it was the python, according to how she explained to me. The snake had swallowed an antelope, and the horns remained outside. The horns of the antelopes remained outside. They did not enter inside the stomach of that python. So after this, because she knew that once the python has swallowed something, it is not harmful, because they used to hear such kind of stories happening in their area. Once it has swallowed something, the python is not harmful because of what is inside. It is giving it time to rot. But once it has not swallowed anything, it is very, very harmful. It just catches you, it coils you with its body. It stretches like 7 times, and then after stretching, it breaks down your ribs, your bones, and then it adds some saliva on your body, then it swallows you wholly without biting you. So she went some few meters and started to check out keenly what was happening. She found out the snake had not died. So the snake, what was doing is that it was giving itself some time so that that antelope can get rotten, because it has some very dangerous poison in the body. Once you enter in its body, it has a chemical. I think it's a chemical that is very, very dangerous. It quickens the rate of digestion and makes it very faster to rot of anything that enters in the body. Okay? So, what happened next? My grandmother checked at it. It was all around 2 to 3 p.m. So she decided to take all the cows at home. She beat them because they did not want to go home. She beat all the cows to go home faster, and she finally found herself in the home area. Then she went all over the village, calling everybody to come and gather and come up with the spears with the ants, so that they can kill that snake. Because after it has swallowed that antelope, the next minute it can find a human being, they swallow him, an animal that belongs to people. It was a threat to the community. So she told the father, the father went around all the villages telling people to come along to gather so that they can visit that area. After visiting that area, they see how they can manage to kill it, because once it has swallowed, it's not dangerous. But remember that once you start disturbing that python during that time, it is giving itself time for the antelope to rot, it can decide to spit the antelope outside, and it becomes a different dangerous animal. Okay, so they gathered together with the ants, with the spears, and with the Maasai. They normally call them utas, amishari. Okay, so they told the girl to direct them to that place so that they can check out on what to do. Okay, so they went together with my grandma, who was just a small girl around 13, 14, 15 years by then. She directed her to the place of the scene that she had seen the antelope being swallowed by the python. On reaching there, my grandmother stepped back, because those ones are men, and she was told to go back home running. So the first person took out the spear, a very sharp spear on both sides. This guy had been known for his steadiness of killing. She threw the spear towards the snake, and it entered through the neck of the snake. On cutting the snake, the head of the snake almost that way, the snake coil itself is started producing out some different kind of sounds that threatened people and frightened people who are there. Another guy took them with the panga. The panga. He was told not to come near that guy, that snake with the panga, because once you go there with the panga, the snake can just beat you, coil you, and harm you. Another guy who was also an elderly person and very experienced went there, came near me, checked out on how to do it with the uta. Do you know how the uta is like? A long tree of the ball, yes, known as the ball. The ball there, he took on the target to the snake, and then it bites the snake. It bent the snake up to here. The arrow came through the neck up to this place. It was a through way. Then the snake decided to take the antelope outside, spit it outside. The antelope had rotten. The skin was shrinking. The skin was shrinking. It was producing a very smelly sound, very smelly air. The air over there that was coming from the snake was very smelly, pungent. Okay, so after that, they killed the snake and they rigged it with a particular rope. They took it back to the village to tell people to take care once they are outside the village and report anything that might happen or they might be seen during their visit to the herds area or any part of the community. They go. Okay, so that issue, my grandmother normally tells me that story that happens those days, and always get frightened because those areas used to go even nowadays. There was a time I was home, I told my grandma to take me towards that area. I went there, I witnessed how the area looked like, those 1960s, 1970s, some like 40 years, 50 years ago. It's just the same thing, how it's normally looks like. Very young place, very long trees, very evergreen. The rivers, the water is always flowing over there. It's the scenery that normally makes me have that mood. But nowadays, once you kill any animal, you can be jailed. Yeah? If you see any such kind of an issue, you need to report it to Wildlife Service so that they can come manage what has happened during that period or that area. If it's an antelope, if it's an elephant, let it be killed. Don't kill it because it is attracting tourism to us. So guys, thank you for watching my videos. I stay tuned, stay focused, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed so that you can get all the videos that I'll be uploading from now henceforth. Until next time, it's a goodbye for now. Be blessed. God bless you.